2018 is on the way out, but before we look towards 2019, I wanted to do my annual recap of everything that's happened in the last 12 months that I believe deserves some kind of nod. So in this final episode of the year, I'll be going through all my favourite murals, pieces, exhibitions, stunts, everything that's happened that I feel has made an impact in the world of street art in 2018. My name's Doug. You're watching Fifth Wall TV.
I am now convinced. I now like this. I like this. It's good, huh?
No.
No?
As you can probably tell, I'm actually recording this from my mum's house. It's Boxing Day at the moment. And you can see the kind of like the aftermath of Christmas that's just happened here. Got my jazzy jammies on as well. I'm trying to smart upstairs, lounge downstairs. I'm recording this on my laptop, so sorry about the dodgy quality of video as well, but doesn't matter. We're going to get through this, and there's going to be some sick content in here. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it. I think 2018 was a great year for the world of art. I don't know if it's just me and where I'm looking, but it feels like more and more people are now pushing this scene in a really interesting and fresh direction. The year kicked off for me back in January when Ernest Zakharevich launched the second installation of his Splash and Burn festival. He teamed up with a cosmetics company to buy a palm oil plantation and then managed to carve out a giant SOS into the earth. The entire thing was then going to be repopulated with trees that were natural to the area. Roughly about the same time, you saw the Iranian duo Icy and Sot take on Wall Street with this huge temporary installation of a giant crumpled up dollar bill right there in the middle of the financial district. That for me really set the bar for this year. There was also a really healthy dollop of good old fashioned vandalism this year. Selena Miles, the One Up crew, and Good Guy Boris took things to an entirely new dimension in March when they launched the first ever installation of Graffiti Olympics. This saw the One Up boys take over the city of Athens for a series of different challenges, and it proved that graffiti is very much alive and well. This was followed up later on in the year when Berlin kids dropped Fuck the System. Here in the UK, it seems like austerity is leading to the devastation of thousands of families and homes, but on the other side, it's led to a total lack of investment into security and train yards. So train graffiti is alive and kicking once again in this country. I have seen more runners this year than I have in my entire life. Although at the end of the summer, we were starkly reminded about the dangers that go along with this. Looking around the scene, there is plenty of light being shone just now on interventionism and real human scale street art. The likes of Jan Wurm and Yazoo Yang, Carrie Reichhardt, have all been helping pull the attention away from these blockbuster murals into something much more conceptual and often interesting.
And this rowing is a good metaphor for the nature of the company. Martin at the helm.
We're about to land.
One oar, going round in circles.
Are you ready, Doug? You're going to claim it.
I call this Dugland!
Fighting to helping create these platforms of exposure and engagement are festivals. New Art have once again been leading the charge both in Scotland and in Norway, but I'm also really excited to see smaller festivals like Recover La Punta in Valencia. This was driven by a collective goal from both the organisers and the artists involved for a social change.
Just wanted to say one thing more, can I? Please, women are in the same level the men. Don't put in a different, don't exclude women from street artist scene.
Over in Argentina, the women of Amura have really been challenging the gender imbalance between male to female representation in commissioned murals across the country. Since launching in the summer, they've now got their own festival. It feels like the world is starting to take notice of this conversation, and more women are appearing on these rosters across the globe. On the opposite side of the festivals, I really liked Axel Voigt's Krensa residency program. This summer, you saw 50 artists take over an old monastery for 2 months. This is kind of like the opposite of a festival in which artists have a couple of days to come into a town and make a mark, and they kind of just then go off onto the next one. This was a really different way of getting the artists to really know each other, to learn from each other, and to share their experiences, stories, and practices. I think this is a really welcome remedy to a culture that's become so fast-paced. There was some great murals coming out this year as well. I know the mural scene can be quite divisive at times because there's often a kind of plastic element to it that people find hard to break away from. But if you go beyond the kind of Instagram scrolling, there was some people doing some genuinely engaging things. The likes of Axel Void, Ares, Sainer, Bezd, Hayuro, Blue came back once again this year with a couple of bangers. But there was also plenty of fire coming from the likes of Michael Reeder, Alex Gardner, Marie Adras, Ben Slow, this new one from Alberto Montes. The Nomad Clan had a great year as well, as did Helen Burr. Sydney James dropped this Outcast tribute, which I've got to show some love for. Snick had a great year, as did Aaron. This little conceptual number a couple of weeks ago from Amperito. And even Big Man Shep dropped a couple of bangers this year. And I also cannot express how much I loved this piece in Chicago by Jerkface and Owen Pipe. And even on top of that, Banksy managed to do a couple of things, but you already know about them. I'm definitely missing things, but let me know what you think should have been in here in this list for 2018. For me personally, 2018 has been a pretty hectic year. I'm always trying to find new ways to keep this conversation going, but I also just want to finish by saying to every single one of you that has watched these videos, that likes them, shares them, sends me comments, comes up to me at shows, I do genuinely just want to say thank you for the continued support, and I look forward to a really big year in 2019. Till then, my name's Doug. This was FWTV.
There we go. Thank you.